Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
W's, and he was just out of range. Lenses might be safe because of that as well, as Triac is trying to pincer in. They focus on the Bacata. Triac won't commit the flash. He puts down the gravity field and Rika flashes instead. Knucko's come down. Lenses gets a stun again. A roaming Aatrox is the deadliest. What a move from Knucko to get first blood, as meanwhile Nisqy and Kazi almost dead within the lane.
Respect to this.
It is indeed, with no summoners available. Vitality, they just want to meet the wave, but Bacata now there. Volt Breaker, Flash, Dennis Blade, caught up, no flourish to be seen, but Loopy, the trade is swift, and in the end the trade is good. Only over to Nisqy though, and Kedui gets to stay in lane and push this out. Chaos Storm is up and available though, and I'm worried. Loopy's going to sandwich in. For SK, an opportunity arises. Dennis Blade is good. Gravity field down again. Triac used that flash we talked about before, but Lenses got the shields up. SK in front of the Dragon might have more than just a kill, more than just an objective. They might have the whole farm as Kazi sidestepping keeps him alive. A Mystic shot sent out as Nisqy is getting burnt down, but it's all a ruse. Nicely done, and Nisqy's development again. Proof in the pudding.
So while all that was happening,
SK might have got the Dragon, but the gold is 1,500 in the lead. Knucko might balance that a little bit. Once again, with the World Ender out, he's going to do nothing, but Pantheon's help changes that. Saving grace! Lenses from the skies! He will descend with Loopy coming up to support the play, but all the damage is dead. Knocked in the air! Knucko is making it out!
I didn't see a ping. Now coming onto turret, I mean, you could get really straight up here.
Wait, actually with the dunk down as well. Immediate ult from Genax. Okay, Nisqy's going to stick around. They want to dive this as well. Pop Blossom available. Genax flashes, but he's not going to get too far as way as Knucko takes number 4. This Aatrox is running the game while SK have no choice but to get bot. Lenses caught out as there might be another Triac with the gravity field down. There's a Zed played the cover as well. Cease and desist over the top. Rika, no Chaos Storm to care about. A shutdown and SK. It is all in top. Like that gold lead you see at the top of your screen, all towards Genax. And Lenses, as he picks up Dragon, trying to move that across the map right now as well.
No,
again, if I'm wrong, he can just tweet at me or something. He'll be fine as Rika. Oh, the shot doesn't land. Wait. Rika, will he have to flash? World Ender's going to come out, and I'm looking now. Rika, he's trying to hold on against the turret. He finally flashes, but Knucko's there to deliver. This Aatrox is running the map, but no, he does not speak. Impressive. He's now taking over the game, and through sides, while they leave him down there, SK are going to try and play for this. No teleport available, but it does mean that that first turret is going to fall at the 15.5-minute mark.
With Herald secured, Vitality rather give that gold over to the Aatrox. You can manage that with the Victor, the combo from the Vi, and everything else. You've got to kill everyone, and here comes Nisqy.
Nisqy's going to make it easy for them as well. Lince's got a stun up, ulti delivered, and Knucko's just there waiting. Lince is going to share in the spoils, because right now, if Knucko's there, it's free booty.
It's a quick roam, quick use of the glow, respond and make plays very, very quickly. And it's more gold over towards the Aatrox, yes, towards the Pantheon too. Continually adding more threats onto the board for SK, that if it comes down to a team fight, you're going to have to remove all of these somehow. This Aatrox can solo carry a team fight from this level of gold. Rika will get the bot lane out of turret, get some gold back, but they need this Taliyah online ASAP to at least be a bit of this side river if they don't have to. Knucko.
Oh, sidestep though. Away from the body slam. Genax still could be in trouble. He flashes over the wall, and Knucko, the one-man raid boss with 2 items, charges in. But look at the solar flare on the right. And the pick. Finally, the Taliyah's done something, and Nisqy is down. Vitality, a member to the ground, but their health bar's blinking on SK's side. The 4th bullet hits, and that guy can count. Well, the shutback is good, and it's onto Lenses. He's at half HP. Knucko holds his in, but he's not a Demon King yet. He's blown away. SK have found their moment in the sun. Lenses could be next. The range needed, the blast cone good, but Vitality, it was Nisqy caught out. It was unlevel heads. They just threw it all away in front of the Dragon.
SK hold their ground really well, and they're patient. That's the most important thing. They're patient. They don't overextend onto, the initial failed attempt from Genax onto Knucko. It's going to buy them a bunch of kills, a shutdown onto the Aatrox, importantly, and the Dragon as well. So they get the second Dragon, potentially Nisqy's ult as well, of course. So some big tools not available to them. Potentially they can use them again. Potentially they could even ult behind them in mid lane right now if Lenses wants to find that angle. Instead, tower is going to go down. Aatrox was walking down towards mid lane. The
next Dragon, 2 minutes. I mean, we've chilled for a bit, but yeah, the Weaver's Wall coming in. Pop Blossom is good, it's defensive, but it doesn't really hit anyone. Nisqy gets set awry as the Weaver's Wall now finally down with Vitality. Playing in front to back, and Bacata was isolated. Knucko flashes away. He's the sole target, but he doesn't get poked down while Loopy is tangled up, and there's the improvement from Nisqy we needed. And there's the picks from Vitality that opens up too.
Very nearly hitting onto Kadiri as the ult comes out through.
Ah, yes, yes.
But I have to say, not that knowledgeable more than let's just guess a stun to Loopy though.
And Loopy caught out. This is just so common. Loopy's going to be gravity felled up and Chayak gets a kill. I mean, this just keeps happening. Loopy, death number 5. That opens up that next dragon quite easily for Vitality.
And unfortunately, as you mentioned it, this is a commonplace thing to see from Loopy. I thought the start of his game was much better this time. 2v2 was looking good. He was getting into some of the better plays. But a couple of times in a row, caught out. Now there's no solar flare to play through. The Atacama, which Vitality is starting up. SK do still have their damage available, but it's harder to set up.
Ricardo's going to need a miracle still if he wants to send it for Atacana at 5k. It's going to half and half. As Nuko has an angle to play with. The Demon Wrench over the wall finds Kadui, who already Arcane shifts out. The zone control in full force. Niski gets the pop blossom for the final part of his life. His explosive cast, but Nuko this time is untouched, and the gold lead still stands its might over the wall. The curtains will call, and SK will not live through it all. The final arc will find Bukata, and that's how the story ends, with a triple. That's 3, make it 4, because you know that Jin deserves it all.
4 for Kazi. Niski to get the CC down. Yes, he dies for it, but it buys the rest of the team enough time to get into it. This, you don't get that extra ability to jump out of the play at that point. Kidoi on the full defensive, and Loopy at the end of this just comes back to die again. Disengagement now. By the way, absolutely read the Z comics if you want Jin content. By the way, very cool in there. Those
interesting. I would never have thought.
Part of Jin. It's a cool bloke in those characters. Hang on a second. Nuko 1v3.
He has his ulti up and available though. Can they burst him in time before the rest of Vitality there? Ceases resist, but Niski saving the day with a pop lesson. 1 leap at a time. Vitality cleaning up the rest, and SK thought they had a pick, but Nuko this time, he's got some defensive capabilities as Loopy won't be in range for the curtain call, but Nuko again, kill number 6.
Even needed to take the Baron. Kadui, what can he do? He's pushing out one wave. Ult is not going to steal the Baron. That's some good damage onto Lenses, but SK, a little bit of ill discipline might have cost them a decent stake.
That is in Nuko's inventory. So this guy is going to jump in and then have the survivability. Level 16 as well. I mean, he's just that strong. That Vitality are building for this last fight. 10k gold lead. Defense put out. Weaver's Wall put in. And Vitality go left and right. They're not really adverse to this Weaver's Wall. They're fine with it. And SK, it's their defensive maneuver that doesn't pay off.
And now you're down that Weaver's Wall. Yeah, down the Ezreal ult too, though that's a lesser cooldown, of course. Vitality can keep waiting for a little bit of death ray poke. W into it. Yeah, that poke is feels pretty up.
Niski, all right, brother. You know what? We'll pretend we didn't see it. SK in their base, their last defense is the question. SK have an answer for us that it won't be, but Niski, brother. Niski, you're not barrened up. Maybe they just don't know because Rika falls for it. Niski gets away with a good trade into this Talia, and Kazi with his range curtain call is going to come in, corner him and put Rika in the dirt immediately. That's easy. Kazi, all he wants to do is run it home. And that doesn't seem too hard either.
So they use the double TPs in case the flank went a little longer. Nuko wants this flank to go a little longer. Here he goes.
Kadui has nowhere to go. He'll get fried. Soulflare buys next to no time. Dumped down. Nuko started this game and now he's going to finish it. In the ERLs and the EMEA Master Finals last year, Nuko got gapped by Genax, but here is a quick reminder that the better LEC top laner right now is staring you from Vitality.
Vitality have a wave to shove in towards the base. They have, well, no more Baron buff left. They want to take the inhibitor. Base broken SK. They have just been free-falling. Ever since those couple of picks, the Atakan, it has gone from bad to worse. How charity.
Oh, yeah, that's
Breaker Benjamin over the audio. Really good. One of my favorite moments in all of gaming.
Looking forward to the next pick band music. Let's see how Halo we can get as Nuko. You see his angle. He's just trying to find Genax, and SK are branching into where they can be. It's a stun up. It's a deadly flourish. Genax ran in with the explosive cast. Niski does it again! This guy imps out of his mind consistently, but then finds some incredible pop blossom for us to forget. Don't put him in the MVP votes. Just respect that this guy knows how to play this champ late game as he'll close out game 1 for Vitality. I cannot believe it. And again,
a grand starfall towards the Nexus, and if first the Nico doesn't succeed, try again. You gotta respect the tenacity. Niski 4-man ult to end the game.
I mean, look, this time they were in a massive lead and they were gonna win anyway. It's not like it was an even game.
I don't care.
Niski played better. But let me just tell you, this team's always full of surprises. This game was one of them. The individual members stand out, and Vitality playing around with their skills for us all to see.
The thing about the Tristana here is that you're into Kaiser Poppy, which isn't the strongest 2v2.
Yep.
Now, Tristana's early levels, not always the best. Not right now, they've got a lot of power.
But SK, they had a couple of good moments in game one, but Vitality outclassed them with some of the big mid-game plays. As we get into game two, just a quick reminder, SK lose this, they're going to get screwed over in the league, and Rika might be the one to do it early game, given over. Shag with first.
Elsewhere, Narco going to get ganked to topside.
He's going to face check this one. He's got an Annie coming to help him, but Narco exhausted down. Flash is available. He's about to exhaust himself, but not overheating yet. A two-man incinerate with fire meets another fire, and into the frying pan SK will go. Vitality are melting them, and Genax runs in, but doesn't get the damage. Burnt alive, and Vitality are thriving.
Is Addy okay? Yes, Addy is okay.
A bit of patience given while Vitality are just going to use their timing to secure the Dragon.
Dragon's going to go towards Vitality. SK obviously can't counter with the Grubs because they don't spawn at that time anymore. Easy take by Vitality. Dewey is on the bot side. Stuns the wall.
Dewey, again, as soon as that Poppy holds W, you just can't escape. Seems like the same way with the whole comp. Picard going to get Timbers. The all-in engage between two turrets. Chayak is using Timbers to melt them down, but a shutdown instead. Over to Picard. Meanwhile, Kadui didn't get to play while Picard is going to be burnt away, and it just looks better for Vitality. Oh my god, it's
You don't
BO.
have an Alistar. This is
BO.
dangerous.
It's in the BO aisle. They want to buy it. Send me the Ringe Flash. I think Loopy's going to die. He's got no ulti available, and a reset given over. Kadui, a jump away, but hit away. Linces will dive that. No, okay, went a little bit deep as Kazi. Going to take a turret, Johnny barriers, but gets a double. The chaos ensues again as Vitality are doing away with their... Up towards top, Nucko in a solo lane versus Rika. This Corki maybe needs to Valkyrie out now, but Nucko on the chase. He's got the enhanced auto attacks. He's burning down another target. The equalizer out. Rika alive, brutally, but no! But Nucko does it again! This top laner is making a name in the LEC, and I don't think anyone's stopping him anytime soon.
I don't think it just smells of smoke in the kitchen now. I think it's fire and brimstone. Another kill for Nucko, who's had an excellent series. They're going to teleport in, likely get one back onto the Rumble now, but the damage is done.
Nucko knows it's doomed. He's trying to get away, but ulti already burned out. Gets the wave eventually, but Genax gets the shot.
A in EMEA now stands for Australia for reasons which we're really not sure about.
We're gonna add an extra A. By the way, Dragon's going down while Vitality baiting this in. Niski with a two-man ult. Exhaust onto Kazi. Yeah, he's a bit casty as he drops that down, so objective goes down.
Lots of Rumbles run away with the game, and if Gwen falls behind, that's a problem.
Next face checking as well, it's an even bigger one jumping in. His ult won't heal him up enough. Kazi gets within range, it's deep, but Vitality make it work. So far, only one is Picard. Gets the stun, Linces in trouble, but look at the kite back. Picard flashes over Kazi, takes it to death's end. It's a Linces escape, by the way, too.
On a little bit of a cheeky invade, and SK once again end up trading down, and as we've seen so many times this series, Vitality also have another angle of attack. They're not even just...
Maybe a 1v2. No flash available for Nucko. Loopy gets himself an engage, and Nita works out with the equalizer down. Genax has to be careful not to get traded, though, but another good engage. Loopy puts him up against the wall. Sidestep is big. Nita work again. Genax will be getting the kill here. It's a nice pickup, considering I was just talking about vision, but...
Jake, you're a wizard. Thank you so much.
That was the smart thing.
Oh, no, back! Oh, no,
no, it's 1200 between mids now. Oh, dear.
Oh, jeez. You know, for a while, I could ignore it. We'd explored the nature of object permanence.
Oh, my God. Nice from Niski. Rika's going nowhere. Kazi smacks him down. This duo getting better and better. And look, Niski sometimes, as I said last game, can absolutely run it. But there are other moments where you're like, wait, maybe Niski's got it. Is he the best and worst support in the league?
He is one of the most entertaining in the league, and I will not commit to anything more than that. At least this time, SK are the ones on the cross map. Take mid outer, which of course something that Vitality haven't done just yet. Equalizer will clear this wave in bot side, so Genax won't be able to kill the entire... Hang on, will he? In fact, he will just be able to take that. So two turrets taken. That is good from SK at least, trading across the map.
Oh, that's not good from Nucko. He face checks in, knowing he's playing the weak side, and engage is going to be easy here, and Genax just gets the sniff down, flashes away, wait, under turret, explosive charge! Nucko's dead. It ends up being a trade, but they have to run away. The reset's already come through while Herald goes down. a little bit sketchy. Still good for SK, despite how much they were losing out as Gen X's base is going to be stopped. Niski, okay. The best and the worst. The best and the worst support. Nisquick, you know, you have him when you're feeling ill. But
yeah,
you know,
doesn't mean it no longer exists.
Don't ever change, Niski. Good charge, really good charge. SK are in a dangerous spot because Karthi gets the free fire and Chayek brings out Tibbers early. Jumping into the fray is Linces, who holds on to Flash for now, but SK a member down. Once again, Loopy caught to the ground, and Vitality have a Dragon up in 2 seconds. They drop the Herald mid. They want to open up the map and keep this gold flowing.
So good picks there. Get himself that Dragon to be an early soul point. Nagnako jumping into the Herald, and immediately has to drive. Why did you click on the thing? My dude!
Go around. Can you make it?
He's farming Raptors.
That's a tight turn. That is a tight turn. I understand. Now, let's find out if that does anything for Vitality. As Niski, I'm watching again.
I mean, Loopy's back up. He's back towards the play. The pick earlier doesn't really do that much now. Here comes Nissi again.
They do find Bukata, who misses the Dark Figure Soul. Again, getting out as Linces disengages the equalizer down straight from Nagnako as SK have to walk over the Dragon down. But will the fight be safe and sound? Niski, I'm watching at a low health bar. The engage down as Linces is starting to poke out. Meanwhile, back to mid as Nagnako is ignoring the fight while Rika is jumped on by the Hound's Blight. Vitality chasing down. They want Cal tonight. Look at Loopy as Niski gets over the wall, stops him in place. The bear holds 3 and sets fire to their face. Vitality have done it again as Kadui is sniped down to the very end. SK don't know what hit them because Vitality keep changing which fist they're hitting with.
This fight very much feels like right answer, rogue solution. Make this whole Niski thing work. Go from almost being out of playoffs into being like a genuinely good team.
As Linces fought out just as I talked about him, okay. Instant curse, Linces still has his flash over an explosive charge. Shielded, he's okay. Karthi helped save his life, but the flash is going to be even more dangerous rather than TP. Chayek was standing on top of SK. Nagnako has to disengage. Well, this is what I mean. Vitality can be really good, but sometimes they can throw caution to the wind too much.
All right, Linces doesn't have that much HP to work with. SK are still getting shredded by the Atacama, and that could be a problem. Equalizer is up. I don't think SK should stick here, actually.
They should not. The Atacan's doing a lot of damage. Karthi is positioning for a team fight. The gauge there. Loopy really good. The AoE. Nagnako puts down the fire as Bukata slithers out, but now Karthi is free firing. I'm worried because Linces gets a reset, and another bang, another bite to hit the dust, and again, these members just fly. A triple over to Linces. Now Atacan will be theirs.
Linces 8-1. And they actually triple kill a bunch of teams who are currently at the 3-win or below mark as well. They would knock out SK, BDS, and Rogue, and it guarantees them a tiebreaker. They see this game through. SK, they'll be out.
Best spice traders I've ever seen. Vitality
is what it's about. Meeting communities like this, building something bigger out of the fans that we get to meet around these events. SK are trying out a death brush. They see this game.
Where's the milk, brother? Where's the milk? 4-man ulti. Chayek follows up on it. The bear beware. He'll die for it as Rika has now teleported in, but this turns into a full team fight, which Linces can be merry about. Letting the dogs out again. Loopy can't stand in the kennel. The bite bigger than the bark. That's a double.
What Andy can do with the full burst, very far ahead of the game. Equalizer comes through. Yes, Chayek dies, but the damage is done. The job's done. Sets up the map.
Will be eliminated if they lose this game. They have to go out with a bang. 50-50 on the Baron and still leash, but no one there from SK yet. Loopy jumps in. Smite still denied by Niski, who sends him out. Linces just going to lock this in right now as Nagnako fires out again. Loopy drops. Kadui jumps in, but destroyed by Chayek. Again, Kazi will flee and run through for another double. Vitality are making short work of
Vitality respond to plays. I think that's a key point of the matter right now with a lot of the champions we have in. Champions that can quickly fly across the screen. Get towards these fights very, very effectively. We had a big talk about globals in game 1, less so in this game, right? But being able to quickly pounce is a big thing to be powerful at.
X-Flash, okay, goes down. Just expecting him to go up towards Bukata. 13k now, the lead. Dragon Soul about to be up and taken. SK going to try and contest this, but it'll be one fight with an open inhibitor mid with all the waves channeling in. Look at Top. Top has a gigantic wave. with Nako having TP. Chayak almost the same. Hex Drake just taken. In the river they stand. Rika's slowed. Hextech Soul doing its job as Jenak just walks in to a flying flame spitter as Bukana will do the same with Kazi behind. Niski doesn't die. Kadui will try. Alters him away, but still he stands. Loopy's going to be the last piece of the puzzle. And SK have been blasted, bewildered. Vitality sure are stinging like their logo once again.
Vitality will secure themselves at minimum a tiebreaker and triple kill. Number of teams looking to stay alive in playoffs.
Well, they'll also do it with style. What a series from Vitality. This is the team we want to see in the LEC. This is the... I feel like the ult usage this game is going to be so good for Vladdy in mid lane, while Caps is obviously going to be on more of a utility role. He's going to have to be protecting Hansama, following up this setup in the finals as well. Quick reminder, as Scumon's coming in, we're going to hold that point for a little bit later. Targamas has nowhere to go. Dredge line, it is so easy. First blood to G2, and the crowd goes very much.
Vladdy is on the way.
It is a pincer. Vladdy will have his own ult as well. Tango Barb, Dredge line, starts into a fight. There's a knockup, shielded around, flashed away from it. Targamas will not escape. Vladdy jumps into this, but into melee range, that's danger. Caps will fly down. Vladdy will stay in place and buried underneath the weight of G2. Kalisk gets poked out, and G2 are thinking about it, but they've already picked up all the gold while top lane has fired it out. It'll be fine, whatever. But into the rest of the comp, the Galio has a lot of value. There's a lot of value from G2 as well and how they've structured this. Running into a Galio here when KC are a lot of... Don't worry, I've called them goobs before. Goobs? Yeah,
like
void goobs. Yeah.
Ah.
Red sign. Okay, Lebrov, he's getting out of there instead. Cease and desist used. Hansama pushed to the side. Great damage onto Lebrov. First kill coming up to KC, but under turret. Yike, he's dead. Hansama takes care of business while Flashboard. Kalist gets the damage and gets out! Somehow 2 kills. Hansama stays, and Casey's walking in. Scumon waiting though for Targamas. Top Blossom going to come up. Dredgeline pulls him back in. Can Scumon do it alone with a depth charge? I don't think so. It's a cease and desist from Yike. The old G2 jungler keeps him in place, but Caps plays the defensive, puts him in a bounce house, and then puts him in. I was like, man, Caps is not even the best mid in the top 3 for me in a discussion when people like Nuke were playing so well. When I think Chayak was a quarter of his team. Yeah, I know, I brought him in. But he's really important. Scumon going to be first on the board. Yike. He's charging up, but look at Broken Blade. He knows jungler maybe too well. He thinks no way. Bolted into the wall. He's stunned up for days. Dead at the heart of Yike's fist. And now Targamas looking...
Yeah, but it's the... Caps was feeling threatened enough to move off that bot lane turret. Yeah. Ended up clearing out just the... Or didn't actually clear out the Krugs on the bottom side. They just sat there because he didn't want to be visible, trying to spot out exactly what KC are up to. But it is a little difficult when Targamas on top side to make a play pop, but they do get that tower top.
Broken Blade needs a counter strike, but look at the damage coming through. Flash Carter just goes over the enemy jungler. Boomerang though doesn't connect. Broken Blade has a way back in. Now with his own counter strike, Scumon makes the... Caps is going to get some time in the sun with top lane turret. Mid even as well, there's a push. Should be coming through, so looks like KC getting little scraps here.
It's top lane turret, well, KC have to defend that mid lane turret as well, so G2 just kind of putting pressure on the people, but KC silently picking up the dragons.
45 until Atakan, that's what I was trying to tell you all at home.
But again, like, I just love how G2 are moving around the map. It's clear mid, put pressure somewhere. So it's clear mid now, then move into...
Good damage from G2 to chunk KC.
The fact that Kalist has to go back to base means they should be able to get this without much pressure back from KC. You see, Kana wanted to try and go for the...
Dragon Kana finally getting a turret of his own. Make it a second one, actually. He's picked up top before. 1,500 gold. We're just going to come down to a fight, aren't we? As Kalist might be caught out. Maybe ignore that. The pick, the flash, and Kalist over at Blasco knocked up before he can escape. Scumon. Again, this Shin's out. It's
going to be Atakan for G2.
Young Star not up for another 20 seconds. Atakan seems so likely here. Teleport from Caps in. Yike is too far away.
And this feels like G2 saying, we are bouncing back from that winter finals. We are bouncing back from what has been a not great time, to be perfectly honest, at the start of spring. This has been a matchup that has kind of held that rivalry from them coming over from the last bit. The first time KC was actually able to pick up wins.
Yike followed over the wall, though that blast cone taken before. It's no longer there. Depth charge. Yike has to go back in. He'll cease and desist. He cues over the wall. It's inventive, but it's so invasive as the next turret won't be taken. Broken Blade's going on a journey.
He's got the tier 2. Top side.
In a turret. Innovation is key. And Broken Blade's actually just going to one-shot the turret. So
KC just haven't really had a chance to respond in the manner that they'd like to.
trying to pick up waves opposite side of the map. Yikes trying to do the same in jungle camp. But Dragon's going to go down in G2. That 3k gold lead still holds. It feels like this is not the G2 we saw in Madrid. Maybe Paris G2 is completely different as Targamas caught out. And again, I have to say, he's poked down. Skumon is not scared to take the engage.
No, he's just everywhere. Like, the second anyone on KC walks halfway up mid lane, he's like, you're dead. Just, I'm going to kill you.
On a ward, he does it again. Bloody was on a ward. He's blue smoke down, and he's just going to be slowed down as well. A Crescent Guard to send out. Skumon, audacious charge again, knock up there, but Yike can't do a thing. KC and getting picked off this game. He's doing it again. We come back live and he's doing it again. Yike is found once more. Skumon, 5-0 on 5.
These jungle sides, and KC just get caught out of it.
Knowledge going to be used to take the turret swiftly. Minion wave saved as well. Skumon using the health bar. That Korean to carry. It better come through as Dagda, you might get your answer. He's going to go into Mega Gnar. Does he think he wins the 1v1?
List is here, though.
He is indeed. It's not going to be a true 1v1, is it? Mega Gnar into the wall. Khalid flies in and Broken Blade will flash in, but 2v1 just ain't fair. A counter-strike through. Khalid gets jumped on. Cleansed immediately. Broken Blade takes a 1-for-1 and a 2v1. Never mind the champion matchup. You call it skill. The top father has set this up so that G2 can fly with the rest of the map. Targamas on a hair's breadth will also sink instead of swimming. And KC must onlook as G2 make them their father again.
G2 pulled off the Baron, though. They're looking to see if they can try and take the fight. A little nervous as Caps going for the flank.
Going to find melee range, so this engage would be good, but Caps can press W, flash away from Yike. He wants the Vault Breaker, but to where? Engage from Skumon. Bloody has the ulti, but he has to escape too. Listen, Targamas up soon, Dagda, but Baron still sits there. G2 still getting gold.
KC made a hero play yesterday when they were down numbers, but they were also up a significant margin in gold, and that is not going to be the case here against G2. 4,500 gold as we press the 28-minute mark. And
Oi, TP against the wall. Kana comes in. What a pick. As you said, they needed something. Skumon pulls off the ulti, but he needs time from Cap. The engage caught Skumon surviving for now, but they can't kill him. Kana goes into mini, and it hurts his chances. Khalid's now coming back in. Fracture off the respawn. Broken Blade tanky enough. Frontlining. KC, though, just can't find the final kill. Khalid might kite back, but now that Hans is here, range is an issue, and KC bites it again.
KC wanted it so badly, but G2 refused to crumble against KC as the Baron will be their prize.
It's so close, but KC walking in G2. This team continuously runs our region, and we're getting a full head-on grasp in game one as to why that is. KC over to the Dragon to take this into the base and break it apart.
I mean, let's be real. He's also 2 levels above KC's mid laner and 3 levels above Yike.
Oh.
That is also going to be pretty impactful.
Health gives you levels. Levels give you health. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But also, like, his third auto attack is healing him because of his passive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's just a lot of healing in that Zinza's kit as well. Champions that they have just makes it very difficult for this Sylas to try and find value. And same, honestly, with Kalist.
Often when Sylas falls behind as well. I mean, that champion loves a good snowball. He's like Nunu's second cousin. 2.5 items deep now. That utility needs to come in clutch. Kana with a Mega Gnar bar as well, watching his flank. How he pulls this off, G2, as they threaten in. Dredgeline fails, Kana, Mega Gnar. It's deep from Broken Blade. He's got a Sonya, so he can do that. Mega Gnar only onto one. Kana finds a pick, and it's enough. But Caps is going to send himself in. No knockup gathered. KC, look, approach, flush away from Skumon. Khalid has an angle. Shielded around does nothing. Bloody still with his own ult. Yike is going to pivot, jumps in, but the Sonya's good from Caps. Vault Breaker in. The reuse ulti. The send down was good. And a shutdown over to Bloody.
It's a potential soul for KC, but look at where Caps is. That tower is very low on the top side of the map. G2 basically trying to push KC out of the hole that they've dug in around this Dragon.
Skumon dizzy caught. Yike jumps in. A fight begins. Vault Breaker consists. Pop Blossom. It's everyone. Into the backline. Targamas found it, but Caps has to use the ult defensively. Meanwhile, a poke for poker, hit for hit. G2 re-engaged. They're winning the fight with Caps, forcing double flash. flash. Kana, counter-strike as well as Skumon. And Yike battling it out. New girlfriend versus old. I think the new one is way prettier as Caps will find the kill. Kana down in the sand. And along with Yike, KC have just been reprimanded.
Kalist got put in the ground in that fight. The Brav with the flash hook, the snipe from Hansama, and G2 will find the win that they needed over KC.
One more Nexus Tara. Vladdy can't do it himself. Golden is broken blade. The minion wave is far away though. Vladdy's going to burn the ulti, but a new one's coming in. G2 versus KC, our grand final rematch is going nothing like it did in winter. G2 are definitely back, and they've drawn their line in Paris as the crowd has gone quiet.
Arm's length. There's not really great engage on KC's side either, so
yeah.
In this kind of position, I think you're relatively okay as G2 to just abuse the range. In theory, Yike should still be in the bottom lane, so, but still, it's done the job of just getting hands up in range.
He took a Tara shot. It's a solo kill while I'm playing with shots. Everybody. Now we're back to this one. It has been nice. And with second dragon, G2 now have another condition as Yike spotted out. The Brav gets in the way, and Krug's just going to be taken.
Yeah, the Brav more up here just to make sure there's no dive that could potentially go into Broken Blade, because you could have had Kalist and Targamas move into this top side.
Storm down. Caps might be out though because KC have brought up the cavalry and Ignite down. He's getting a stand united though. In comes the Shen. The global submarine peeks its head. They shove back, but Skumon's here, putting everyone to bed. Great ulti from LeBron as well as it's a double. Now KC are in trouble. G2 have come alive, and that pick, that setup with Skumon doesn't have flash available, but Blue Smite comes in. Caitlyn ulti, ace in the hole, and Kalist running out only just. Kana's now here. Skumon caught out his flash again. Burnt before. Good knockup from Targamas. Pulverized into the wall and snipped down by the Seamstress. Kalist picks up the kill while Kana is getting free hit by Hansama, who's stacked up lethal tempo. Kalist jumps in! What balls on this kid? Onto LeBron, the ulti block, but there's the Weaver's Wall. Vladdy will seal the deal surely. LeBron has flashed away. Kalist somehow, some way, that 18-year-old came to play.
It does leave Broken Blade very vulnerable though as he tries to deal with the Rift Herald.
Kana's going to ulti straight away though. The Herald gets the charge. A turret dead. He shadow dashes over the wall, but KC have brought everyone yet again. He's not going to be able to escape this. Yes, he gets the Herald, but Kana with his first kill of this game, and with the Dragon stacking denied, KC are showing a light in this series for the first time.
A bit of a mistake from Broken Blade. KC were going for that bot side play. We just talked about the trade that G2 were trying to do, but giving the kill, Dragon, and now matching towers gives KC a nice little swing in the gold. Looking at the tier 2 now as Caps is still on the top side, but I think this might be a bit of an overextension if they go for it.
Wave is gone, half HP on the inner turret. Kalist's got mid though, look at this, inside track with the Weaver's Wall as well. Nicely done, the wall doesn't go completely because LeBron has the shield out as Callisto will still have this with an Essence Flux. Inner turret mid. This kid is going to carry.
I think it's just well played by KC wave that you can actually look for this play on top off of this wave that Vladdy is just escorting in here now. So that's why Broken Blade trying to play up to keep it at bay, but Targamas catches him.
He does find him, shoved back. It turns from laughing into some serious play that Broken Blade can't escape from. He's flashing away, he's ignited still. The poke, he's trying to weave. Targamas still going for the dive. Turret's helping out now a bit though. Targamas shielded up with Kalist here too. It's a kill. Nothing happens on the other side of the map. Kalist gets his third kill, and resilience is rewarded from KC. He's going to get poked out though. I mean, Skumon, he gets zoned off. 6k is now at half HP. This is a very serious threat as LeBron tanking up yet again. Artican doing some good damage. Kalist over the wall. He's firing away again. They need to work out. Flash away from Kana. It's a messy fight, but G2 are now isolated against the wall to get the Artican down. That's what they're focusing on. KC wants the objective. Skumon over the wall. Can't get in. Artican down. They pursue. They adapt, and KC hit it for the third time and secure.
G2 are TPing to mid though. Caps is on the way.
Being slowed down though because Skumon got caught out. Flick back. Targamas found a good pick. Dragon's going to go down with it as well. Broken Blade running for his life. That TP would be good, but again, KC are fighting so much. Yike just wants to keep going forward. Hansama now nearby. Yike doesn't care. He'll keep threading in between this choke point, and G2 gets smited away from their own walls. KC, again, taking everything from the map.
KC are just playing bouncer. They just want to deny G2 access to the spot tier 2, and they managed to take it. Again, Targamas' flash coming in clutch.
Loading out. Skumon has his flash available, but they're all jumping over the wall. KC have pulled off the Baron. Hansama has the range dagger. You've talked about it over and over again. G2 trying to abuse that set advantage. Look at bot as well. Broken Blade getting his own turret. While Baron attempt number 2 is going to start off, but yikes at half HP. KC are draining their health bars. It's a win for G2. KC are here as a 5-man unit. The bot push from Bloody as well. True shot barrage. LeBron blocks it. But Dragon now the contest.
Bloody on the ward doesn't realize it because he was just swept by Targamas, but there's the wall.
Kana's going to be on one as well. The wall comes out. LeBron flashes the stand again next to them. Kana jumps into the whole team though, but LeBron disengaged won't be enough. He's going to drop down first. Skumon wants to put him to sleep. The Lilting Lullaby is good as Caps already gets the shut down. The shove up is good, but again, even though Caps in the middle of the fight, Broken Blade is saving them and sending them good night. In the backside, I'm watching Kalist. Caps flashes over the wall. KC might have found them all. He didn't die. On through the thick of it, the thin of it. Kalist just didn't die. The shoves have been great, and KC finally eviscerate.
It took everything from KC, and Kana in a fantastic position again to set things up. Dragon secured. Baron next.
So the Trace in that fight and thought, no way, G2 doing it again, right? But KC, the carries come up clutch yet again, just like yesterday. They've had to work so damn hard for this game too, though. With Dragon going their way, with Baron now as well. This gold lead, it's starting to feel in. And KC are encroaching G2's base.
Yeah, this is where it just gets really tough. Because as we said, like, you had good wave clear with Caps, with Hansama, but now that just becomes negligible thanks to that Baron. So really, KC looking to try and crack open the base. It'll be a very big disappointment if they don't manage it off this next minute and a half, but it looks like Kalist might just do it himself here.
He's doing so much damage to the turret. Look, KC, all 3 lanes right now. Siege, bot just fell down. Mid just fell down. Top is close to falling down. Inhibitor up next. They're going to try and find a turn. Neither work is out from Kana, just a zone. Good damage from Hansama, but look at this. The whole base is melting. G2 finding an angle. They finally found one, though. Lilting Lullaby is only a 1-man. Ulting from LeBron is enough, but G2, the health bars are burning low, and there's nothing they can do here as they walk out. It's already Yike with a reset onto Hansama next. He's in no man's land, letting the dogs out again as a triple leading up to another. Yike has been given and delivered against his old team. A quadra, and once again the Hound pursuits out. Let him rip, boys. It's the ace stole from Colette. You absolute mongrel. And I'm not talking about the dog. KC, take us to a game 3. But Kalist, you might deserve the last kill, but you do not take away Pentas. That's the life lesson.
Yike! Having the Penta against his old team stolen. But maybe. I think this is just a Scion lock.
Yeah, you reckon?
Oh, actually, I suppose you need more AP, so Kennen? Maybe he's at the okay. Should have known.
God. He
Trying to take the
that.
Dragon as you get that crash from Hansam on the bottom side. Should be able to get his Caps, has control of mid, but KC looking to collapse.
But onto an objective, it's hard when Hansama has Brand and Skumon has Smite available. That'll just drop. Cap zones out. Level 6 now picked up and onto Vladdy.
Pretty huge for them. 2 already going across the Broken Blade here. Lebrov looking.
Almost 3 interrupted though. Lebrov still gets it down. The fear is big. Broken Blade even without the ulti though. Won't find the damage. In the end, he was close to Targamas on the hunt. He smells something in the water. Now it's going to be Kalist with a knock-up. It's Sacrificial Lamb, and Broken Blade can't get the trade kill instead. Kalist picks it up.
For Broken Blade, but Targamas has run across. Pinged out. It looks like by G2, so they know he's there, but...
Okay. Playing it safe for now. Targamas threatening to engage. He has quickness. Broken Blade with ulti up and available, though. And the barrier to reveal burst. KC getting threatened out as trade across the map. Dagger, I mean, again from G2. They want it all, but they're not going to be let. Bloody finds his mark. Lebrov in trouble. Crashed out. Magnus Storm on the way out. Shattering Strike on the peak. Caps jumps in under turret. He's ultied up. Can't escape. He's going to take the last turret shot. He's dead. KC lose one of their own in the meantime. It's mid.
Trying to move around. Makes it tough, and this is what I was talking about. Because you have double TP that are available for KC, Caps TP top to catch that wave and deny Kana anymore. As long as Caps' TP is down. And in the grand scheme of things, you can see KC still get the bot side tower. So with 35 seconds, now if Kana TP's away, so basically this is the play. Vladdy has to get this. Now Kana can TP to bot side, because if you actually TP earlier, Then there's a moment where Caps TP's topside and G2 can look for the all-in play, but with the way G2 set it up, they will lose Rift Herald, but at least they will be able to answer for the turret back. So you can see there's a huge amount of mind games going on with this 2 TP versus 1 TP.
But he's got no summoners available. KC with an edge up.
Still though, KC have to win out of the rest of the fight. Broken Blade trying to just heal up on the side, and there's a huge number of ultimates invested by KC.
Now the only question is, Caps, can he find an angle? The bullet time cancel midway. Caps does indeed. Kalistlo kites back, but hit by Skewmon. Businessman with a business plan. He runs to the back line as KC trying to repute the fight. Permafrost cleansed away. Yike chasing his old 80 carry. He wants something out of him. He'll get it, but for what cost? As he looks for Lebrov over the top, he'll find something, but Caps now flicks back, flashes in, finds a kill, dies. Skewmon's still alive, but Vladdy is in full lethal tempo mode. Kana's going to give away a hard still stack. Skewmon trying to heal up, he's already burned the ulti. Kana running for his life, Vladdy under turret, won't give.
Even watch Lebrov flashing in to deny Kalista bullet storm. Caps gets in onto the back line, which opens up Skewmon to flash forward, but on the opposite side, Vladdy is dealing a ton of damage. Same with Kana, doesn't quite get over the wall.
Yike is running aground. Kalista's here. Hansama at max range. Kana finds him. He's dead meat. That's a kill. KC in the home arena. They're going to start driving bigger than this because Skewmon is up next. Broken Blade looks mighty useless this game. Running into a field of despair. Cap pays the respect while Artican's being done down.
Kalist.
There's just something about a home crowd, isn't there, Cap? He's going to run into Kalist and here's some help out. He's actually dead, though. The power of Yone. Paris, I can't hear you. What happened?
Caps wasn't alone. LeBron waiting. 1.6k goal behind means this Warwick's kind of useless.
Lee, ulti sent out, good dodge, but you're right. What can Broken Blade do? He just has to run for his life. He's dead again. Broken Blade's Warwick.
But he's going to have to dig deep for something here. Here we go.
I know you don't have to follow up, but Caps is caught out as I talk about him. He has to ulti back in. Vladdy disengaged though. The wall divides and slides. And KC will make sure that G2 do not go anywhere near. Point going to be picked up and this inner turret to go down with it. Hansama cannot step up anywhere near the power of Vladdy and Kalist right now. 4,000 the lead. As I said, Soul Point
and this side though, and this river is very dark for KC. They're gonna have to try and get in for Kana.
4K disengaged. Skewmon has his passive, no steal, trying to get in, but it's smited down. G2 playing for the after fight while LeBron went in deep. He's got no health, no regard. A Fate's call to help him out from Hansama. His Caps is finally here. Bullet time layered down. Vladdy with an ulti. It's good as he goes golden. Broken Blade tries to get his angle, but he ultis out. KC with 5 alive. And G2 with nowhere to stand again. Kana's damage is insane. Knockup's good. Caps wants to all in. Kana will flash away. There's kill threat here. Onto Kana, onto this top laner. He won't die yet though. Skewmon uses everything. Now he's amidst 2. Vladdy's rejoined, but look at Kalist top. Look at Kalist top. The misfortune is breaking down the house in the meanwhile because KC own the whole damn building.
Skewmon is no longer of this world. Kalist is pushing in top. KC looking to crack the base of G2 and send Paris roaring.
It's deja vu again. There's something about the home crowd. There's something about the home stadium. KC showing us. Koi already showed us a couple of weeks ago as they look for their final engage. G2 started out strong, but KC scaled. They grew, they adapted. Paris will start roaring, bringing the energy to life. Caps will look for the engage, but he better say goodnight. One Nexus turret to go. Vladdy putting on a show. KC are doing it once again. We feel winter, we look at spring. It's the same old story as Hansama can't even stand. KC look for the dive. This is the final layer of the good night chapter. Paris take a bow. You brought KC right into the 2-1 finisher to finish off the event.
There is just something about KC.